you have so much stuff going on. We had an appointment today for 11:30. I saw you walk in at 11:20. Like it seems like your schedule is right on point. It's awesome. Yeah. It's awesome. So take us through a day in Ryan's life with all the stuff that you have going on.
Okay, so my day starts, I talk about this in the book too, so it's a good question because I never found a book for entrepreneurs and for salespeople that talked about how to logistically be a salesperson. Like, how do you build a sales career? How do you structure your day? There's so many bullshit books that talk about like how to sell a banana and be yourself. But like it's not helpful.
No.
You only wrote that.
No strategy
you only wrote that because you were told to write a book and you wanted to make money or something. Like, I wrote this book specifically for my team. It is a playbook for growing my team and growing my own band. If people want to read it as well, and I think they should, then great. But like, it is my Bible for how to build a sales career selling either 24 hours a day or a side hustle, whatever you want to do. So the schedule for me starts the night before, right? The night before, I make sure that email is completely cleaned out, and I make sure I go through my calendar. I make sure all my appointments are confirmed for the day before. Jordan also does that as well, confirmed for the day after, I'm sorry. And I have a really solid grip on exactly what I'm doing the next day. I never wake up and I'm like, all right, so what's on the calendar today? Like that I'm already late to the game, right? Every day is a race, is the way I see it. And that's why I say ready, set, go all the time, because like, you just don't know what kind of race you're going to run. You just have to be ready. Like, it could be a marathon, it could be a sprint, it could be a jog, or it could be a skip, or it could be a marathon again, and then it's a sprint again. You don't know. You just have to be ready for that race.
Sure.
So I plan the night before, and then I'm ready to go. Everything's cleaned. I'm a strong believer in keeping my inbox at 0, right? And I'm very, 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 very organized with regards to email. I have an assistant specifically who just does email with me, and they do it in the middle of the night. Okay. So everything is filed. I actually got an email once from Apple and from Microsoft Outlook Exchange who said they'd never seen anyone with more folders than me.
Get out of here.
Because the new iPhone, it's like iPhone 6 at the time, wasn't syncing, because apparently it was like, we don't know what to do with all these folders. And so the phone had a mental breakdown and I couldn't get my emails. A disaster. Yeah, a tech fiasco.
Yeah, sure.
So we fixed that.
Okay. So middle of the night emails, you're working on emails.
No, I'm sleeping middle of the night. Right. Yeah, his name is Jasper. So he's coordinating. So he's filtering and everything.
Awesome.
Because oftentimes, like, you search for an email and you can't find it. You don't know where it is. So everything is broken down by trade, by person, by deal, by unit, etc. And then I wake up at 5. Answer emails that came in from the night before. I drink my little drink to wake me up, like a pre-workout drink. I go work out from 5:45 to 7, depending on the day, but typically yes. I shower. I eat a little bit if I'm like hungry, or I'll eat when I get to the office. I'm in the office by like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I don't live far from the office. Okay. I always like to start the day at the office and end the day at the office. I'm hardly ever, honestly, like in and out. Okay. Because I have a car and a driver, and I'm in the back seat all day long. Sure. And I'll say too that a lot of people are like, oh, well, you have a car and a driver, life must be great. Like, I got the car and the driver 6 years ago when I could not afford a car and a driver. Like, a lot of people should stop complaining.
What made you do that though?
Because you invest in your business. Like, you have to invest in your business. The same way you pay taxes, the same way you buy food, you have to invest back into your business. And for me, I was like, you know what if I had more time to do deals and to talk to people and to plan? What if I didn't have to focus on transportation? Because in the city, you're either running for taxis or Ubers or Lyfts or going in and out of the subway. And 6 years ago, going in and out of the subway, there was no service. And so I'd lose service, and I'd come up, and then I'd be late, right? Just like today. I'd be running in, and now I'm like an hour behind on emails. After you and I today, then I'd be 2 hours behind, and then I go into another appointment, and then I'd be backed up. So the best thing about the car is that it takes out any thinking for me with regards of how I'm going to get from A to B. So I'm allowed to get to twice as many places a day. So I can do double as much, so that the car pays for itself right then anyway. But in all of that commuting time, now I can also catch up on any work that I'm going to miss, and I'll be that much more productive. So I'm not just doubly productive, I'm quadruply productive. And it has proven itself over and over and over. It's the best investment I ever made, to not have to think about how to get from A to B, as somebody whose job it is all day long to go from A to B. For people who go to the office every day, like, you can commute, right? You don't need it. But for salespeople, or for people that have 10 appointments all over the city all day long, it just doesn't make sense.
So you get back to the office before the end of the day.
Yeah, I try.
And what does that kind of consist of?
I try to clean up, touching base with the team, making sure Jordan's okay, Shannon's okay, Yolanda, Kristen, everybody else. Sometimes Jordan will try to stack meetings like early on in the day here or end of the day, because I'm in like appointments in the middle of the day. And just, again, kind of doing what I talked about, like the end of my day is getting ready for the next day.
Right.
And taking anything with me I would need to have in the car for the day ahead. And then going to like a dinner or two or an event or something like that. And then eventually getting home and seeing my wife.
If you found that video valuable and you want to watch the full discussion, click here for my podcast. If you want to watch more videos, click here.